Good morning, Barnum community. It's Stephen Whitty again, here with another video of his recent finds, volume 22, I believe. First up, before I go any further, I now have 22 subscribers. So, big thank you to Declan Polar. I think that's how you pronounce your name. If not, feel free to correct me. Thank you for subscribing. I've subscribed back to yours. I've had to listen to some of the tunes. I think they're really good. So it's definitely worth. If you haven't been to his channel, go check his channel out and subscribe there as well. This video is it's more recent. I said more recent finds. They're charity shop finds, record store finds. These were I spent a little bit more on these, and you'll probably see why when I show you the finds. So first up, this only cost me £2. Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. 1984. In the UK, you could not move for Frankie Says t-shirts. They were all over the radio. The first 3 singles went to #1. Relax, Two Tribes, Power of Love. At the time, it just felt they were everywhere. And I think it's a good record, this is, but it's not a great record. You got some cover versions, Born to Run, and Way to San Jose. He's on this. It's all it's a product of its time, and weren't surprised when it sort of imploded after the second album, Liverpool. I don't think the members. Some of the members were particularly prepared for the success of how it was. I don't know how big they became in America. I know they went over with a lot of hype, but yeah. Next up, back to my Marillion phase, and this is an album I used to own. Script for a Jester's Tear, for the debut album. As I said, one of the best concerts I ever saw was Marillion touring this at the Birmingham Odeon New Street, and he only had the downstairs open. They weren't quite big enough to sell the whole place, but it was just a great atmosphere. And it was a band that was on the way up. The album had come out, it became a top 10 hit. They had a couple of minor hit singles. It was just it's a great album of its time. Again. The band were to develop the sound, and so much so I also managed to pick up a copy of the second album, Fugazi. The sound developed, but didn't develop as much as they might have thought. I think they say you have a lifetime to write your first album. The second album is always difficult because you've got to do it in a few months. And I think that might have shown up on here. It's got Assassin, one of my favourite tracks on here. Single, Punch and Judy, Emerald Eyes. This is I've grown to like this album more. I mean, it's the precursor to Misplaced Childhood, which was the big breakthrough album from Marillion. But I'm glad I got this, and it's in really good nick and plays well. Next album. Now, this was a charity find that I rescued. Now, I've shown Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I've shown Marillion. It's about time I did a 360 on what people refer my credibility. The debut album by Kylie Minogue. Say what you will about Stock Aitken Waterman Productions. I mean, I didn't really enjoy it at the time, but they knew how to write pop songs. And I Should Be So Lucky, which was her first hit #1 single, was a good pop song. The cover version of Locomotion I could do without. Je ne sais pas pourquoi, I quite like that one actually. At the time it was released. Yeah, it's a throwaway album. I was surprised at the charity shop that nobody picked it up, to be quite honest. We're only talking for nearly 30 years ago now, but I was surprised that nobody here picked it up. Got to be a fair few people that remember Kylie Minogue. I would say this is her pre-Michael Hutchins. If you're not aware, she did, I think, have a fling with Michael Hutchins in the late 80s, and suddenly she changed. She was like a very girl next door here to something a bit more foxy, for want of a better term, afterwards. So, yeah, product of its time, ain't bad. It ain't horrible either. So it's not brilliant, not horrible. Quite happy to have that. Now, this one, I was amazed I picked this up. Nickelback, Silver Side Up. I got this literally for a couple of quid. A couple of other charity finds. Somebody had donated it, and I played it. Thought great, yeah, because I do remember How You Remind Me. Was it great? I thought it was a good song. Too bad, another good song on there. Loved it on Discogs. To my shock, I find that in the poorest state, it's worth 44 quid. And I'm thinking, whoa. Then I have to remember that in 2001, 2002, vinyl records were rarer than hen's teeth. So this probably explains it. But I'm so pleased I've got it. It's still in its shrink wrap. It's been played. Made in the Netherlands. It's a heavy vinyl pressing, classic albums. I'm really happy I've got this after all that. I know Nickelback are not the most, how can I say, got credibility, that's the word I was looking for. Not the most credible of bands, but they sell loads of records. Nothing wrong in that. A lot of people do like them. It's not very taxing, but then quite a lot of people, when it comes to music, don't want anything they have to sit and think about. They want something that they can put in their fist or just enjoy. Happy you got this. This completes my Police album collection. Ghost in the Machine. Again, in good nick. That only cost me a couple of pounds. Sleeves in good nick. I was happy with this. I think we got some of the best singles came from this album. Invisible Sun, Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. Number one single for her. Yeah, I'm pleased I got this. Great record. I mean, it was a big improvement on Zenyatta Mondata, which I think, I feel was sort of got lost. Maybe they just had to just record another album. I mean, we're talking the days where bands record an album a year. They record an album, toured, and then have a 2-week holiday and record another album. So sometimes quality does suffer with that. But then sometimes when you're under pressure, great music comes out. I'm happy that I've now got a couple of items by this man in my collection. This is Springsteen's Born to Run. This is an Italian edition. Il più grosso fenomeno dell'anno al primo posto in USA. Hope you're impressed. Fun the Road is one of my favourite tracks of all time. There's an iconic imagery with that song. Driving down the road. I would say with the wind sailing through your hair, with that top car. There's a little bit it could ride through. Obviously, Born to Run. 10th Avenue 3 is out. Jungleland. It's a great album. It's a classic album. I think if it's the one album Springsteen's you must have to own, I think it's this one. Also, at the same time, I picked up Born in the USA. And this was his really breakout album worldwide. In the UK, he was popular. Don't get me wrong. When he toured the river, he he could have played all year and sold out all the venues. But this came out, I just broke it through, especially the title track, and Dancing in the Dark, featured in the video Courtney Cox, I believe. I'll just pass through this one. Sweaty Keith to his mates. They were going to chuck this out. I thought I'd take it with it. Nothing's too spectacular. 12-inch single. Something just ain't right. I felt that when I was listening to it. Moving on, another record I was pleased to find, Joshua Tree by U2. Again, another real breakthrough album for the band. He gradually steps from Boy, October, War, Unforgettable Fire, and then they hit with this, and particularly in America, I think the first two singles, With or Without You, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Both were #1s in the States. Yeah, I'm so happy. This is just a great album. I think they pulled on all the very. I think one thing U2 are good at, they're like a sponge. They can absorb all the influences that are floating around, and I think this all came through a lot of the American sounds they were listening to. My favourite, Bullet the Blue Sky. Given what's going on today, that's probably more pertinent than ever, that song. In God's Country, that's one of my favourites. One Tree Hill, yeah. With or Without You. When that came out, I got dumped by a girlfriend and I cried to that one in a pub. Oops. Final one, Van Halen's debut album. This record made it acceptable for heavy rock bands to have singles and make short songs, commercial songs. Their version of You Really Got Me, you got Running with the Devil, Jamie's Crying, Ain't Talking About Love, that's probably my favourite song on the album. Just short songs. Yes, you've got Eddie Van Halen's great guitar playing, obviously Eruption, he obviously was used by Michael Jackson on Beat It, and such an influence on guitarists in the 80s with his harmonics, etc. But it's just the package was right for this. You got David Lee Roth, who ain't a bad-looking bloke, I suppose, but also one of the great frontmen. He can. Whenever you see the interview, he's switched on to David Lee Roth, man. So I'm pleased I got this. Maybe time to explore some other albums. So that's my lot of recent finds. I hope you liked them. I was pleased with some of those. Yes, Sunday. What am I going to do today? Well, I'll do my washing up. I've just had breakfast. I'm going to go off to the gym. I have to work out to protect my knee, arthritic knee. But apart from that, it's going to be a day of watching some football and listening to some music. So I hope your Sunday is going to be as fruitful as mine. So hit the subscribe button if you like what you see. Free to make comments, whether it be positive or negative. Give the thumbs up as well. So there'll be another video out during the week. So until then, enjoy your Sunday. Keep listening to music. More importantly, keep smiling.